The Belle Collective, Season 8, Episode 5, Zaddy Daycare. Right, I don't even forgot that Matt and Carrie and them was having dinner with their mamas, and Carrie and Marlene, Mama Marlene, was going back and forth again. Girl, they just not gonna really see eye to eye on everything. We can definitely see that they two is the ones with a lot of mouth. You know, she don't like the way you talking to me. You gotta lower this tone, Matt. You need to check her. I ain't getting checked. You need to be quiet. Stay out of our business. You know that whole back and forth spiel. It looked like Mama got some land somewhere, and I think she's trying to get Matt to go over there to said land and start setting up shop. And Carrie, like, girl, we is not about to be moving down to, because I'm guessing it's some country, okay? If you know anything about the South, you got some land, and she said about 400. Ooh, girl, I ain't about to go down there. I am not about to go down there in the sticks. Maybe if you give us some years, and then we can go and figure out all the other stuff. But anywho, that back and forth that they got, I mean, I guess they kind of accomplished a little something, which was we agree to disagree. So Latrice is at her house with Tambra and Latrice, or not Latrice, Selena, and she run around like a dang chicken with a head cut off, cause this dang wedding she ain't got no dress. Talking about she don't try it on about 40 dresses, still got two on the way. Latrice said, "Oh, well, I'm gonna try to help you out. I hired, the top designer out here, somebody Wu, Jessica Wu, help her out with this dress in any relation to Lisa." But anywho, um, yeah, still don't know what she about to put on, but she gonna meet the event planner at the bridal shop. The next scene is just with Marie and her two kids, the oldest son and Zuri, her youngest daughter, and just showing them this one property that she's been holding on to for about 10 years or so now. For like she was doing business in another building, but now she figured, well, I already started opening up other buildings, but let me use some of the properties that I literally already own and just renovate those, and then those can be more facilities, for the mental health buildings that she have or whatever. So she's just basically trying to get the kids, get their minds, get the wheels to turning and stuff. Like, I already got all this stuff up and running. Y'all my kids, so it's passing it down to you, basically, legacy. Keep it going. Go to y'all, your kids, and all that stuff. But only if y'all really want this. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know you can give it to somebody and they can run it down to the ground. But we know Marie, she ain't gonna do nothing too crazy and let them just take over that easy, should I say. They gotta work for it, obviously. But, she does plan on retiring soon. She did mention that, I believe, last season or so. She kept saying, I want to retire, I want to retire. And Essie was like, I mean, you sure? Because Essie would pretty much be the next in line. She would technically be running the stuff when Marie retired until Essie want to retire. And then, go from like that, like that. So, the kids is thinking about it. Zuri a little young, so she got ways to go. But the oldest son, he's already 20 something now. So, and I don't think he really got no career or nothing like that, for real, for real. So it's like, what you want to do? You want it or you don't. And he thinking more of like, I mean, dispensary wise, I could do something like that. But so we'll see. So the next scene is with Latrice with Cliff at their house, and Tamara is dropping off her baby. Okay, so she is 2 years old now. We know about twos, terrible twos. That's the toddler stage, and they are running around ragged. Okay, I mean, one, they do run around, but because they're a little bit smaller, I mean, it's still the same thing. It's just that two mark now they can run and everything, for real, for real. One, they can't really run like that, but two, them legs get to going. But and I got a boy, so had that experience. She got a little girl, so similar. They still got energy, but girls are a little bit more calmer. Latrice over there trying to figure it out. She having fun though, and she's noticing it's a lot. She's running around, she touching everything. I gotta catch her, like, yeah, it's a lot. Plus, Tamara got her baby on a strict regimen. Okay, had a whole list of stuff, no sugars, no tap water. She got to drink distilled or spring out the bottled water and all this stuff. Like, but she's like, well, dang, I had a whole plan and stuff. Like, we about to drink some juice, eat some fruit snacks. No, 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 no. Wait till you have your baby. Like you said, you want it to be free and run around, which is cool. Mine was being free, I guess. As long as you watch them, that's the whole point. So it's wearing on Cliff a little bit. He sees it's cute for you. It's cute. But is this what you really want? And like I said, I mean, she can have her baby. I feel like he probably will give in. It's just that old age, man. He just, it'll be more on her. He'll be there, but it'll just be more on her. And then we flip over to Tamra. So since she got a babysitter, we might as well go on a date, right? So her and Demine out, and they relationship is good, everything. Even though they're not married or nothing just yet. But, she was like, still got these eggs, still got these babies, because actually they're embryos, it's not eggs. She actually did the second process, because you get the eggs first, and then you turn them into the embryos, and then you freeze them. Apparently, she got a couple in the freezer, and the baby too. Now, it's the next question. What do I do with them? Or do I use them? Okay, we ain't getting no younger, right? Like Devon said, we might as well do it now, but it's on you because it's she the woman, it's her body. I'ma say yeah, if you own it, then we're gonna do what we gotta do. So she got a decision to make because she's kind of leaning towards like it probably might be time to give her little brother or sister, so she ain't all by herself or whatever. So we get to the bridal shower and everything is really nice, really pretty. And the setup is supposed to look like what the wedding is supposed to look like. Okay, so Miss Stacy is here. That's the wedding planner, and she has some help with her. And the shower is pretty much going to be a planning party, basically. She's showing her everything, making sure everything's looking good to her liking. Making last minute choices, with bouquets and plates and stuff like that. And then here comes, the ladies, Latrice, not Latrice, Letitia. She walks in first, and then Carrie walks in next. Now, I mean, Carrie, she don't really be trying to start mess, I guess, on purpose, for real. But she walked in all happy and giddy and stuff and was like, so, is Selena a bridezilla or not? And Stacey was like, well, you know what? She kind of was, a bridezilla / bride late, because there's a lot of things that, goes into planning, and we need direct contact with her for, such things. And she pointed out the planner, like, you got to call her and this and this and that. Because Miss Stacey don't live here. She out of state or out of the city. I can't remember which one. But this, hands-on, she can't necessarily be here all the time. So it's really important that Selena kind of make her decisions on some things. So it kind of did start a little back and forth with Miss Stacy trying to explain things. So it kind of felt a little, little tension is just a little bit. And Carrie was like, oh, I mean, I didn't mean to, like, start up like this. If y'all need to talk about it, then, should we step aside? Should we not? And Letitia was like, see, now here she go. Walking in and just starting mess. All right, yeah, so Selena and Miss, what her name was, Miss Stacy walk over and finish their little, wedding planning on the side while Tisha take Carrie away. Because, girls, let them do their thing, okay? Don't be trying to cause no issues. Everything looked fine, so let's just try to keep it that way, okay? And all the ladies arrived. Everybody was looking cute. It was like a pink theme, except for Marie. She was with the grandkids, so, couldn't make it. And they played games and all that good stuff. And it turned out really, really well, okay? Can't wait for the wedding. Alright, so we done with the baby shower and stuff. And we go to, like, the next day or wherever. And Carrie and Matt. Alright. So they want to sit down with Miss Marlene to just try to smooth things over from their last conversation because it didn't really end so well, right? So maybe we can try to come to a better conclusion on this one. But before she get here, let's just try to talk a little bit. Matt was just trying to ask her, like, well, how's the Mobile location going? Because as we know, it was not doing so good, and the decision that she ended up making was, well, we'll just sell it, cut ties with it, do what we got to do, move on, right? But selling it just ain't coming as fast as they needed to come, and money is going out versus, or more money is going out versus what's coming in. Okay, so she basically going off on him, just trying to say, like, how overwhelmed she is with everything that's going on. How, she just want him to, instead of just saying, oh, it will be okay or whatever, like, maybe can you be a little, show some more emotion with that, like, can you be a little angry too, or, are you with me a little bit about the situation? But that's just not his thing. He cool, calm, collective type of dude. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why his mama doing all the talking, because she know, like, yeah, Matt ain't like that. So I'm gonna talk for him. So understandable. But look, which kind of makes sense as to why he with you, girl. But anywho, um, yeah, just going off on all these stresses that she got, because literally we're losing all this money. And what is we gonna do next is the question. Like, what is we gonna do is what is going on, and he ain't got the answer. We're like, Sway, you ain't got the answers. Not today, not right now, but we'll figure it out. Is where he trying to get to. Like, okay, I understand. This been going on for a while anyway. Like, it was we all know how businesses go, especially with restaurants. Like, she thought it was going to be cool. It just turned out not to be the right thing. But at least you still got two other restaurants, and you still got your online business. So if you maybe put more focus into those two, you can still make your $1 million and stuff like that with that. And then decide to expand later when you have the wherewithal to do so. Obviously, you jumped the gun a little bit too early. You probably should have just waited maybe another year or so. Maybe a year or so after the show, once you got a little bit more coin. Like, I don't know if Carlos paying you enough, but y'all know what I mean. You get more exposure, you get more likes and followers, so the money's gonna come. But within the midst of all of this, um, his side, he feeling like, well, that's all she do is just do a bunch of talking instead of really listening to him, or at least trying to see his side on some things. But and possibly just using him as a punching bag a little bit, like, after with all the stresses, and you come yelling at me, and that's just a little bit unfair, right? So with all of this, Miss Marlene ended up walking in the door, and we pretty much know how that's gonna go, and that's pretty much where the episode left off. So to be continued, and we'll get to the next one. Belle Collective.